Welcome back, humor consumers, to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraff.
And I'm Cathrine, co-host and bestie.
Hello there, co-host and bestie, Cathrine.
Hey, hello there. I'm glad you're back from your trip.
I just returned 2 days ago from Alaska.
Brr.
It was cold, and it's a long way to go from Chicago to Alaska.
Yeah, a lot of traveling for you.
It's just a far away place. It is so weird to travel that far and you're still in the United States of America.
Yeah, I think it was neat that you were at a place called the North Pole.
Yeah.
Which was a community or a town?
I don't know. Just said North Pole. It was the village of the North Pole. I guess it's a town.
Yeah.
You know, they had a giant Santa Claus there. They called it the world's largest, but I'm not going to question it. And
world's best coffee.
And it was butt ugly. It was
really?
so ugly.
Oh.
Well, it was probably the world's largest and oldest, so it was made out of paper mache or who knows what.
Oh.
Yeah, so the face was distorted and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and I bought not reindeer poop. I bought moose poop earrings.
Earrings, right.
Earrings made out of moose poop.
So what are you going to do with them? You going to wear them?
I don't know. I guess. Maybe I'll give them to you.
No, I was just going to say, don't give them to me.
It was such a touristy thing to buy.
Yeah.
You know, and I met the woman who made them. And in case you're listening, Betty, because of course I told her to tune into the podcast.
Did. Yeah.
But I was actually looking for a magnet because I have this little spot on my fridge where I put magnets from where I've been, you know. And she told me that she collects shot glasses that way. I'm like, oh, okay, alcoholic. Anyway, she showed me this moose poop stuff that she makes. Mm-hmm. And I bought two things. I bought the earrings.
Okay.
And then I bought a magnet.
Okay.
Okay, moose are big.
Yeah. So is the poop?
The poop big? Is like a little pellet. The moose poops are tiny.
Why?
Compared to the size of this animal. I don't know. You would think it'd be a giant log.
Well, you would, because they are massive.
Yeah, they're a huge animal.
Yeah.
But they do like these little pellets, I guess.
Tiny turds.
Yeah. And so she picks these up out of her yard. And then I grabbed a hold of one of her creations and I like sniffed it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And she covers it with some kind of preservative,
Sure.
I don't know, shellac, some sort of a thing. Yeah, so I bought the earrings and I also bought the magnet.
Well, I'm a gift shop junkie and I don't know that I would have bought those.
I know. It was an impulse buy, Cathrine, and you weren't there to stop me.
Well, you always like to support people.
Yes, and when you meet the artist right there, I mean, I couldn't criticize her moose poop And then when we left, I was like, people are always trying to divorce tourists from their money. You know, they're like, you come in with your money, you leave with nothing, but you'll have these moose poop earrings to show for it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I actually thought that I would wear them for the event that I did, you know, but they didn't go with my outfit. I wasn't wearing moose poop brown.
Oh, gosh.
Because their poop is brown.
Yeah. Well, it would have been a shitty thing to do.
That's good. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get on topic. First of all, if you're just joining us for the first time, so sorry.
Yeah.
We already are off track. Welcome aboard to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. We're just two best friends that pick a topic every week and we talk about it, hopefully in an entertaining way. And at the end, we point you to Jesus because he's got all the answers and we don't.
True.
Yeah. And we started the podcast during the pandemic because every single one of my comedy shows closed down, went bye-bye. Now things are better, but it's fun. So we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
And we actually have sponsors. Tell the brand new person listening about our sponsors, Cathrine.
Well, our sponsors were at one time or another, they were listeners, right? And so then they crossed over. They were humor consumers, and now they're, did I say human?
You said humor.
Okay, good. Because in my mind, I'm saying human. Anyway.
We don't have any moose listeners. Only humans.
Humor contributors is what they are now.
Yeah.
And they contribute $5 a month, and that helps us to pay for this platform, and it also helps us to purchase new equipment, which
that is correct.
We just did, actually. And we need some ongoing things, like we need some better training and all of that. So that money supports us, and we appreciate it. And we have a few people that have given us like one lump sum, and it could be done that way too. And if you are interested in contributing, which we hope you are, it's very easy. You can go to tracydegraff.com, and you'll see a little icon thing on the right-hand side, I think it is. It's very easy. And you click on that, and it'll take you all through the steps. And if you get our email, you can go that route as well.
We have a couple new humor contributors.
Ooh.
One is Jess Johnson, our friend.
Oh, thank you, Jess.
Yes, thank you, Jess. $5 a month that Jess is now going to be contributing to our podcast. So she's crossed over from consumer to contributor.
Awesome.
And also our dear friend Wendy Massett.
Oh, yay.
So thank you, Wendy. We just were with her yesterday celebrating a birthday.
Yeah.
And I was all discombobulated anyway, and I forgot to mention it. So we'll have to give you a shout out, Wendy. We really do appreciate it. Now, if you're listening and you haven't made the switch, here's your sign. Make the switch.
Make the switch.
Make the switch.
Cross on over.
Yeah, because we've been doing this now for about 3 years, and we're just going to keep on going as long as the people want us. Right?
How are we? Yeah.
How are we going to know?
Well,
Well, if they don't,
our numbers will
drop. Yeah. if you look forward to a new episode every week, if you're like, oh, it's Wednesday, they should have a new one out. That's a sign you need to cross over. $5 a month will really support us and help us to grow.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about that. Let's get on with today's topic. We are at episode number 153.
Yes.
Which is amazing. And I have no idea what the topic is because Cathrine is surprising me. What are we talking about, Cathrine?
We're going to go over some conversation topics for anyone or conversation topics for friends. And we were trying to brainstorm because you were away and I was busy with stuff. And so we're down to the wire. This podcast has to be recorded and edited and put out there before noon today. And right now it's 9:26. Anyway. So
talk faster.
Yeah. So I was thinking, and we both wanted to do something fun.
Yes.
So we had some ideas, and then I was like, well, I can't.
I wanted to talk about Tammy Faye Baker, and Catherine's like,
Well, I just knew it would take some time to watch
to research
the film and do all of that.
I watched the film on the way home from Alaska on the plane, and it was interesting. Anyway, so
I came across this this 99 conversation topics for deeper connections. And I thought, that could be fun.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you some questions. And I think that this will spark interest in people in that one. They'll get to know us a little more. And then also it's great ideas for the upcoming holidays.
All right. So those are your takeaways, friends. You're going to be entertained because you're going to get to know us better, and you'll have ideas for those awkward silent moments of the holidays.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Hit me.
Okay.
What you got?
All right. First question.
Yes.
Which scent do you find the most soothing? Which scent?
Lavender.
Really? Okay.
You know why? Okay, Cathrine knows this about me. I cannot stand the smell of things.
Right. You don't like perfumes.
No. I don't like when people get together in a laboratory and go, let's make some kind of scent that is going to smell good. I can't stand the smell of perfume or chemical scents. And because of that, poor Cathrine, she can't wear any lotion or anything. In fact, I could smell it today when we were in the car. I smelled somebody. I don't know if it was you or Angie.
Because I know better.
I'm going to have to get
She doesn't even like it, folks, when I use scented laundry or fabric softener or anything like that, which I do still do that.
Well, that's because it smells forever. Like when you wash your clothes with all that stuff, it's your I don't want my clothes to smell like anything.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
Now, I love the smell of fabric softeners and such, and I have to use it because Kenny's clothes stink so bad because he sweats so much. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. he sweats so bad and his clothes are, he's always asking me, what can you do to make my clothes smell better? And I feel like saying, well, just don't sweat.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
whatever.
Well, so anyway, yeah. Lavender, I have found, because I get my laundry detergent through Melaleuca, and they do some sort of, I don't know, natural oil that they put in it. That scent, I like.
Yeah.
Because it's natural. It comes from lavender.
Well, when I read this, I was like, oh, my most soothing scent that I love is coffee. Like, I love the smell of coffee grounds, coffee brewing.
Yeah.
So that would be mine.
Okay.
Coffee.
Groovy.
All right. Okay. What is a language you love to listen to, even if you don't speak or understand it?
None. I don't love to listen to any language that I don't speak or understand.
Oh.
What's yours?
French.
Oh.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Tout de voir.
Okay. I guess you got me there, because it is sort of a poetic sounding.
It's romantic, like.
Yeah. Especially if there's some violins playing in the back. You know,
yeah,
I could listen to French, but no, if I can't understand it, what am I going to do?
I think it's fun to listen to, like, oh, the baggage. I don't know. Whatever.
Next. This is a great idea, Kat.
Pepe Le Pew. Okay. Oceans or mountains?
You mean like to visit?
Just whatever.
Immediately what comes to mind is I don't like being on the ocean. I like looking at it, but I don't want to get in it. I don't want to step in it. I don't want to snorkel. Do you know that they just had a woman who was eaten by a shark, and she was a vacationer, like she was snorkeling or whatever?
No.
Yeah, killed night.
Well, it's kind of rare, but anyway.
They didn't eat all of her, like swallow her whole, but they ate enough of her. Like she's
like
gone
Jonah?
now. Yeah, she wasn't like that. No, I don't. I like to look at things, but I don't want to be in them. So
Okay.
I guess I would say mountains.
Okay. Well, for me, it's oceans.
Okay.
I definitely would rather be near an ocean and on the beach than in a mountain. Now, I think they're both glorious and they're wonderful in God's creation. Nice to look at, but I would definitely prefer ocean.
So one of the movies selections on the flight, because I had 2 flights from Alaska, one to Seattle, then one to Chicago. So you had 4 hours each flight. Mm-hmm. One of the movies was Everest.
Oh,
but I couldn't watch it.
Yeah,
because I was like, that would scare me.
Scare me.
Yeah.
When I'm near an ocean, I don't have this sense of fear. I mean, definitely the ocean is awesome and it can sweep you away and all those things. But when I'm on a mountain, like in a car especially, and there's no guardrail, I'm scared to death. I'm tense. So my whole body is all tensed up.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to therapy for the way I hold my tension. So that's why I pick ocean, because mountains scare me when I'm actually on one.
Agreed. When I accepted an event, a show that I did in Bishop, California.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know exactly how hard it would be to get there. Mm-hmm. And Ron went with me on that one too. Mm-hmm. And it was scary. We had to go through Death Valley. Well, they don't call it Death Valley for nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The times, like the Colorado mountains, the Rocky Mountains compared to the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
Appalachian.
Big difference.
Big difference. And the Rocky Mountains to me are so awesome in their grandeur and scary. You look down and you are like, oh my God, if the car tumbles, those brittle trees are not going to save me.
I don't understand people that really want to like conquer the mountain and stuff. Remember when our friend Jan Sabi asked me if I wanted to go climbing Mount Kilimanjaro?
Yes.
I was like, there's kill in the name of the mountain, Jan. And then Ron said something it'd be Mount Kilimanjaro.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. Yeah, that's funny.
No thanks.
All right.
What else?
Describe the most captivating painting or artwork you've ever seen.
Most captivating painting or artwork. Well, I would have to say the moose poop earrings.
There you go.
Captivating artwork that I've ever seen. Easy.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Okay.
Came out of a moose.
Yeah.
Now it's on my head.
Beautiful artwork.
And I paid money for it.
Oh, yeah. You should have said my sea glass artwork.
Oh.
That's the most amazing ever.
It is.
Yeah. No. Well, for me, I have this painting. Now it's for sale in my booth, and I can't understand why it hasn't sold. But anyway, when I saw it, I was so captivated by it. It's a fall scene, fall colors, and there's like a creek going through it, but it's different than any I've ever seen. And I saw it when we were working at Evelina's, and somebody came in to consign it, and I told the woman, oh my gosh, I almost tried to talk her out of it. It was so beautiful.
Why are you selling it? If it's it's the most captivating piece of art you've ever seen in your whole life?
Because now it's in my mind, and it's there forever.
Okay.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Right.
Anyway, and her father painted it.
Oh,
and
wow.
So somewhat, I'm maybe an amateur, I don't know, but it's just beautiful. And I have found recently that I love artwork.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I look for it all the time. I have quite a bit of it in my booth, but I like oils and watercolor.
Watercolor is so pretty.
Yeah. So
neat.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Okay. What is the favorite? I skipped one, but it doesn't matter. What is your favorite thing about your personality?
My favorite thing about my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be I kind of go with the flow, maybe. Go along to get along.
Okay.
I try.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Right.
How about you?
I don't know. What is your favorite thing about your personality?
What's your favorite thing about my personality?
You're fun.
See, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're thoughtful and kind.
Yeah, I am. Let's keep talking about me. Humble. Maybe not. Yeah, I think, can I just say my favorite thing about your personality?
Oh, please do.
Yes.
Because I can't think of
you may not think this, but I think you are hilarious.
Oh.
I really do.
Really?
You make me laugh.
That's funny because you always tell people she's not funny.
Well, you're not going to stand up in front of 700 people and tell a joke.
That is a big heck no.
There's no way. But you make me laugh. You know, okay, I got to say this too. That's the favorite thing of my husband's personality.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And the older we get and the longer we've been together, the more that we laugh about things that before maybe would have ticked me off.
Okay.
But we just laugh and laugh and laugh about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really enjoy being with people that make me laugh.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you remember the first novel you ever read? And if so, what was it?
I don't remember the first one that I ever read, but I do remember reading one that had a powerful impact on me, and it was Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh, yeah.
And I read it to my boys.
Yep.
To Nate and Luke. And I was homeschooling at the time, and so we did a lot of oral reading, and we really got into that book. And when Dan and Anne passed away, the two dogs, if you don't know the story, spoiler alert.
Oops.
The dogs are going to die. And I'm not even a dog lover.
I know.
But Dan and Anne died, and I was sobbing. I was sitting. I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting on the couch in my home with my boys, one on each side, and we were at that point where they were dying and they were dead, and I could not even read. I was sobbing, and I don't remember even if they were sobbing or crying. They're probably looking at like you're in charge. What are we doing here?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then we also read one more. We also read Holes. If you have not read Holes, that's an amazing book. I know the movie is the movie, but the book goes way more into it. And I read that aloud to them as well. And we were all so into it that I had to go get extra copies so that everybody could finish it on their own.
Oh, wow.
Because nobody wanted to wait,
That was highly recommended by Beth Daly, a friend.
It was
community.
A great book.
Yeah, and I did not read that one, but my kids did. And that's the thing about a really good novel or writer is that it just brings you in so much so that it's just impressionable, forever. Yeah,
and all the characters were developed really nicely. I mean, if you're listening to us right now and you have a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old and you want something fun for them to read and maybe even read it together, Holes is the book.
Okay.
Or Where the Red Fern Grows.
Well, my first novel, I don't remember if it was my first novel, but it is definitely, I was very young, and it was the first novel that I could not put down. And there was a series of them. And I would not necessarily recommend it, though, because I don't know. Anyway, it was by V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic. Oh my, did you ever read that? I thought everybody read that like around that time, but I was just so engrossed in that. And
what's it about?
Well, it's this perfect family, the darling family, and it's the husband, the wife, and the brother and sister, and then I think a younger sister. And the dad passes away, so they have to move to the grandmother's house, which is the mother's mother, and the children never met the grandmother. Well, the mom says, well, we just have to hide you in the attic for a while because grandma doesn't really, I think the thing is that she never approved of the marriage between her daughter and this man. And anyway, it's from the perspective of the daughter in this novel, and it's their life in the attic and the way their entire lives changed because the mom continues to keep them in the attic and hide them from the grandma.
Wow.
And then it was just really good. There was a movie that was made out of it. It was horrible. Really horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, there's a couple of good titles if you're looking for a good book to get, engrossed in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you have to answer this.
Okay.
If you could have a fictional superhero for a best friend, who would it be?
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl?
Yeah. You know who Elastigirl is?
I don't know.
Isn't she the one from, let me look her up. Elastigirl. Oh,
well, while you're doing that.
Oh, yeah. She's from whatever the name of this film is. The superhero one. The Incredibles.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, she's got the hands that can, like, reach things and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to say Wonder Twin Powers. I don't even know if that's what they're called, but Wonder Twin Powers, activate. Okay. What color would you choose to describe yourself?
Oh, if I had to use a color to describe myself, I would say pink.
Okay. And why would you?
Well, okay, we have a pink wall right here. We have pink in our brand of, we use it in our logo and stuff. And I do a lot of breast cancer awareness events and pink. I'm wearing pink right now.
You are.
I do add pink to my wardrobe a lot because I know I can wear it at events. And pink in general is a happy color. And I am, in general, a happy person.
Yeah.
I am very happy and content with my life. And I think pink, if you're asking a color, how do you feel about yourself being pink? I think pink would be like, I'm content being pink.
Okay.
I think if you ask gray, if you go to gray, how do you feel gray? And I think gray would say, I feel gray. Now, how about you? What color would you be?
Well, to describe myself, it's not necessarily, I don't have any of it in my house. I don't wear it much, but to describe myself, I'd say yellow.
Yeah. Happy.
Because it's sunny, it's happy.
Yeah.
But I wear a lot of, I love navy blue.
Yeah. Well, navy blue goes wonderfully with the yellow as well.
It does. And I love nautical colors, stuff like that. But that's in the summer.
Okay.
What is something you have accomplished as an adult that your younger self would be proud of?
I wrote a book.
Yes.
I mean, many, many years ago, I thought to myself, I want to be a writer. I want to write a book. But I had no idea that I would actually do it. And I did it.
Oh, that's awesome.
How about you?
I honestly, as a youngster, would never have pictured myself as a mom who's a good mom. I think.
Yeah, you are a good mom.
I mean, overall. I just never would have. I don't even know if I wanted to be a mom. It's not something many young women, girls grow up and they have this desire, I think, to be, in a family. And I'm not sure if that was like my number one.
I think that's great. I mean, because when you get to the end of the line here on this side of the earth, this side of heaven, what better thing to be proud of than being a mom?
Yeah.
Really. And wife, mom, friend,
I was just
whatever.
Gonna say, and I hope I'm a good wife. Kenny says I am. So,
well, you're still married.
There we go.
That's something.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there? Okay. Here's one.
Yeah.
Is there a place in the world that you feel most represents who you are?
Home. My home represents who I am.
That's true.
I like being at home.
You do.
And I like welcoming people into my home. And when you come over to my home, you're in my home. I'm just going to love you. I'm going to show you hospitality. It's not perfect. And especially when those 5 boys lived here. But I love my home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you say besides that?
Why do I have to pick another one, Cathrine?
Because you want to hear.
You want like a destination?
Well, it says, where is there a place in the world that you feel most represents who you are? Well,
yeah, my home.
Your home. Okay.
You get to answer the question.
I guess I would say that too.
Well, there you go.
My home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I read this, I was thinking
you had to say like Hawaii or some kind of a destination. Yeah, you have to say
something that, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the whole idea is just a conversation start, so it doesn't really matter. You can't just roll with it.
There we go. Okay. All right. Where is one place you'd love to travel to again?
Oh.
Alaska?
I will say that Ron and I, it's December, and we traveled to Alaska in December, which is a very cold time of year, and they only have daylight for 4 hours a day. Ugh. So we did say it'd be nice to come back to Alaska in the other part of the year, like June, like most people go to see it then. But it is a long distance away. So I guess you could say Alaska, but maybe in June. But I don't know if I'd travel that far. I don't know. It's a long way. Yeah. I'm not one that likes to travel that far.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Okay. How about you?
England.
Oh, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
You're homelandish.
Sort of. Yeah.
Your mother's homeland.
All right. Do you know, I don't know if I'm saying this right.
Yeah.
But do you know what an Enneagram number is?
Yeah. It's your personality type.
Well, when I read on it, they said, no, it's not the same as that. I think we should do a podcast on it. I guess it's all the rage. But the question is, what's your Enneagram number and how does it influence your self-care practices? But if we don't really know what that is, like I said, I looked into it and I thought, we could do a podcast on that.
Well, maybe coming in 2024, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. What tasks make you feel like your best self?
Task that makes me feel like my best self. I don't know. Let me think about that. Do you have one in mind?
I have one in mind for you.
Well, what is it?
I feel that you really feel energized by good marketing, productivity in your career, in your endeavors, and good material.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say creativity. So yes, like creating new material and even my old material that I love, like certain bits in my comedy act that I just love. And I've delivered those jokes for over a decade now, 14 years, some of them, but they grow along the way, you know, but they're like my little babies.
Exactly.
I'm just so in love with them.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't want to abandon them, like they're my jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say that too. My tasks of like a productive day would be just accomplishing the things I want to do. And I love, creativity as well. So, and I love to create. So.
And you love searching for that sea glass. You love that.
I do. I didn't do it at all this year.
Yeah, she goes to the shores of Lake Michigan, my friends, and she will walk and walk and walk in the sand, looking, hunting for that one gem.
Yeah. I think that's all part of it too. Like, I love treasure hunting, which is why I like to do my booth. Like, I find that treasure and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what it makes me feel my best self, but okay. Where do you feel most centered and happy?
My home.
Yep. Same.
100%.
Yeah.
I am a homebody.
Yeah.
Like, I like being home.
Definitely.
I like getting out once in a while. Like, I did not like the pandemic when we all had to be shut up in the house for years. Mm-hmm. When I thought it was going to be 2 weeks, I was like, yeah, bring it. Where's the Hallmark Channel?
Yeah, I've been meaning to read this book.
Yeah. I thought we were going to bake,
Yeah.
Anyway, didn't do any of that.
No.
Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite comfort food?
Well, since I just said the word bake and it is the holiday season, I absolutely love those little peanut butter cookies that have the chocolate kiss inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they cannot be burnt, friends. If you burn a batch of those, throw them away and hang up your apron.
I would not have known that. That's your favorite comfort food.
Well, I mean, it was top of mind because I had just said the word bake and then in came that.
Okay.
I don't make them very often at all because if I did, I don't know if I'd fit in this room because they're so good. But have you ever made them?
Never.
Oh my goodness.
I don't bake that much.
I know you don't, but I thought maybe.
No.
And so the way that you make them is you roll into a ball the delicious dough that you can eat on its own.
Yeah,
it's
that I'd like
peanut butter, it's butter, brown sugar.
Oh, I didn't know there's peanut butter in that.
It's a peanut butter chocolate kiss thing. So there has to be peanut butter in it.
I didn't really hear that. I just only focused on the kiss part.
Just get with the podcast, Cathrine.
Don't focus. Hershey Kisses.
Okay, listen. So you take this peanut butter ball and you put it on a tray and you bake it just like that. When it comes out of the oven after a certain time, you take the peanut butter or the chocolate kiss and you place it in the center.
Oh.
And and then you have to like wait for it to harden up or soften up or whatever it does. Anyway, they're delightful.
Yeah, I love peanut butter, but I have never enjoyed those cookies. I don't know if I don't taste the peanut. I don't know what it is.
Okay, what's yours? Sorry.
Grilled cheese. Nice. I don't make it. I actually hardly ever have it, but I love it. Grilled cheese or spaghetti.
Do you know that Game On right here in town, they have a grilled cheese bar every Sunday?
What?
We have to go there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
No.
And then they have different ones that you can choose from. Oh. So they have like a classic grilled cheese, but then they also have a jalapeno and cheddar grilled cheese. Then they have a grilled cheese and mushroom.
Wow.
It's so good.
Oh, I love mushrooms.
I have had so far, I've had the jalapeno one, which you know how much I love jalapenos.
Yeah.
And I love hot.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit like I had to take some of the jalapenos off because my mouth was on fire, but I was loving it at the same time. But then I also had the mushroom and Swiss one. Delicious.
That sounds, yeah.
And right here, we could walk there.
Yeah. Well, I'm
every
glad
Sunday,
I mentioned this.
Every Sunday.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah. And they have Bloody Marys too.
Oh,
anyway.
That would go. Yeah, that's like having tomato soup with grilled cheese.
Duh.
Yeah. Well, that leads kind of to the next question. I'm skipping over a couple of them, but what is the best meal you've ever had, and what's the best meal you've ever cooked for yourself?
Well, I recently just had a wonderful meal in Alaska. I don't know if it's the best one I've ever had. So the best one I've ever had that I can remember is the one that I had in Mexico.
Oh.
And it was at this super high-end restaurant. And Ron and I went there for, I think it was our 14th wedding anniversary, or we were celebrating, I don't know, we decided to celebrate our anniversary there for some reason or something. Anyway, we splurged. It was like $200 a person, and this was 14 years ago. That's or no, more than that. It was like 20 years ago because we've been married 34 years now. Okay. Anyway, this restaurant, we were paying big bucks out the nose for, right? And we really didn't have the money. So we're like, charge it. And it came in courses, and we had foie gras.
Oh my gosh.
That like where you stuff a goose and make it force feed a goose.
Right.
And that was right when all that was coming out, like, don't do that.
Yes.
You know? But it was delicious. Anyway, it was great. And then most recently, just a few days ago, we had surf and turf in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
So a wonderful steak and Alaskan crab.
Yum.
It was delicious. And we ordered one meal and split it between us, and it was $120.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's super expensive.
Dang. Yeah.
Well, how about you?
I can't think. I've had so many good meals, which is a wonderful blessing. But no, I can't think of the best one I've ever had. I've had many.
What? Okay, so and then the other part of that question was, how about making something? Like, what was a thing? What about the meal that you had with your mother-in-law and your husband? You were raving about it in Bolingbrook, and it was a restaurant, and you said it was the best ever. You'd taken your mother-in-law there for something. It wasn't that long ago. Well, anyway, move on.
Yeah, I don't know. And as far as what I've ever cooked too, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, Cathrine, you're an amazing cook, and you made that stuff that it was a beef thing. It took forever to make, and it was the Julia Child.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of that? Bouillon or something. How do you say it?
Oh my gosh, hold on. Yeah, what is it? I make it a lot. Well, I haven't made it in a while. Boof.
It's something like that.
I keep wanting to say bouillon.
It's French. It's
Chateaubriand.
Okay.
Chateaubriand. Yeah.
And it is amazing.
It is amazing.
And then she also makes the thing with the pudding. It's called pudding, but it's not pudding at all.
Yorkshire pudding.
That.
Yeah, I'm kind of craving that.
Yeah.
But beef has gone up. It's so expensive. It's like buying a house. It's terrible.
I'd like to have a second mortgage so I can have a burger, please.
Gosh. Yeah.
As far as food that I've cooked that I really love, I mean, I haven't made it in a while, but I make a really good beef stroganoff that's delicious.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I haven't made it in a long time. I've also made like eggplant parmesan that was really good.
You have?
All from scratch, really good.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And it takes forever to make all that. You know? And so I think about it and then I go, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, I never knew that I liked eggplant parmesan until, I don't know, maybe a decade ago.
It's good.
Yeah. Delicious.
All right.
Okay, what do you love most about your home?
I love that it's calm and it's peaceful. I mean, I did not grow up in a calm, peaceful environment, and of course, raising 5 boys was not calm and peaceful. It was a different kind of chaos than what I grew up in. But now that we are mostly empty nest, we have one that's still living with us temporarily, but it's calm and peaceful.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
What I love most about my home is it's comforting when I walk in. So similar to what you're saying. It is decorated the way I like. It makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
Makes me feel safe. All those things.
Yeah.
All right. This next question.
Yes.
I have a feeling I know what your answer is going to be. What gives you goosebumps?
The Holy Spirit.
I knew it. Same with me too.
100% the Holy Spirit. When I feel goosebumps head to toe, I feel like a weight. And I get it. I would say fairly often at church during worship, I can experience that. The one time, I think it's been now a year ago that you and I went to that women's conference where my back was, I had a slip disc in my back and I was in so much pain. And there was a woman who was sitting in front of me whom I've never met, total stranger. She walked past me. And I got goosebumps head to toe, like a wave of them.
Yep, I remember that.
And I knew that it was the Holy Spirit and that I needed to talk to her. And I asked her if she would pray over me. And she did. And I wasn't healed instantly, but I really felt encouraged by the Lord. I felt it physically. You know, our faith is it's a spiritual thing.
It is.
But I do believe, because I've experienced it myself, that we have different times when the Lord literally physically touches us.
Yes.
And I'm now healed of that slip disc. I did have to go to physical therapy, obviously, and I had to take some anti-inflammatory medication. But I feel like what that woman gave me was just encouragement and hope.
Yeah. One time, there's been a few times, but this one time in particular, we were camping and we were at this campground and it was turkey run, and there was an invitation to go to a church service at a little cabin in the woods by these men that were traveling, and they have like this ministry where they go from town to town, and they were a motorcycle gang. They were Christians though. And oh my gosh. So it was Sunday morning, so we said, yeah, let's go. You guys had just left.
Yeah, I remember that.
I felt so touched by the Holy Spirit. I just felt like I could float out of my seat. Of course, I can't physically, but it felt like that. And I don't even remember the message other than, I don't know. It was everything from when we first got there and we piled in and we just sang some worship songs. It was so touching to me. Yeah. I don't even remember the songs. I just remember how I felt.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was so awesome because these men had on, like leather motorcycle jackets and all this stuff. And I was really touched by their ministry of they would go to like motorcycle bars and things like that. So anyway.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta say, this thing is really cool. I got these questions. There's a lot more, and they're in different sections. It's from The Good Trade, and it says it's 99 mindful conversation topics for deeper connections. And the section that I just went over was conversation topics for anyone. Then there's a section, conversation topics for friends, but it doesn't necessarily have to be with your friends, though. Like, here's one question under that category. What's one habit you want to get rid of and one habit you want to keep?
One habit that... Are you asking?
Well,
or just...
You can. I'm sure, why not?
Well, I'd like to get better at my eating habits. I'd like my eating habits to improve and exercise habits for general health. And a habit I'd like to get rid of. I'm
thinking one of mine.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of one for me.
No.
I'd have to think about that. I guess the opposite of emotional eating. I just struggle with that. So I struggle. It's a lifelong struggle with weight, with emotional eating, with I'm losing weight, I'm gaining weight. So the habit I'd like to improve is choosing healthy food. The habit I'd like to get rid of is choosing the not healthy.
There, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. One habit I would like to get rid of is so when I'm deep in thought, or I don't even know, or I'm perplexed, I don't know. I pick my head.
You do that.
I do. And I go in seasons. There's times where
this is what you look like when you do it. I
know what I look like. I know.
You usually just claw it,
and
you just claw in it. Yeah.
Do you understand how gratifying it is when I get like a little something from my skull? It is so gratifying. It sounds gross, but it's my own head, so whatever.
I think it's a stress reactor.
It is.
If she's totally stressed, I'll notice we'll be driving or something. And if she's driving or I'm driving, doesn't matter. But if we're riding in the car and she's stressed, she's got her fingernail jammed into her skull.
It is so gratifying to get a nugget. I can't even tell you. It's like, leave me alone. I want to pick my head.
Oh my gosh.
And I go in seasons. There's times where I'll go maybe a year and not do it.
The other thing about that is when you continuously pick it, it's like a scab.
Yeah, I know.
So then you can pick it more and pick it more and pick it more.
Yeah, when it dries up, I know.
Yeah. She's looking at me.
Speaking to the choir.
She's looking at me with eyes like, I can't wait.
I know.
But then if you leave it alone and it heals over, then the scab is not there.
I know.
Yeah.
And funny because when I know I have a hair appointment coming up, I'm like, okay. I can't do this. Don't want her to see it. And so
that's funny.
I know. So that's one I would like to get rid of, but then again, not because I love it. But
the human body is so gross.
Yeah. So that actually, it could be I want to keep that habit, and it could also be I want to get rid of it. There. Boom.
Gosh, the challenge of life.
Yes. So, and like I said, under this section, there's some fun questions. Do you have any reoccurring dreams? If so, what do you think they are trying to tell you?
Oh,
that's an example.
Oh my gosh. I just had a dream, not reoccurring. I just had it one time while I was in Alaska.
Oh, the one with Kim?
Yes. Yeah. I dreamt that our friend Kim Teskey, who works at our church, I dreamt that she and I moved to Alaska for ministry. Like we moved there.
Oh, you
so
moved
we're
there.
Doing ministry in Alaska, and an avalanche fell on us. And now we're in a car inside of a snow avalanche. Yeah. And I'm looking at Kim and I'm going, now what? And both Kim and I suffer from claustrophobia. I told her about that dream and she said, I'm getting like hyperventilating just, reading your email.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway, dreams are weird.
I have a reoccurring dream. I have a couple of them like my whole life. One is we're at my parents' house in Mokina and we're huddled over this hassock, this footstool. And there's like somebody living in the ducts. The ductwork. And we're scared to death because someone's in the register.
Of course you are.
Yeah. And this other one is this road that goes on this major incline. And then my dad is driving and we're going to go over the edge.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway.
Yeah. Horrifying.
Yeah. Anyway, and then there's another section, mindful conversation topics for, it says your parents, but really it's more for people who are parents. And it's just really good. And then conversation topics for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these types of things are good.
They're fun.
I purchased something similar. It's 88 conversation starters for couples. And Ron and I have done it. It's just, even though we've been married 34 years, you kind of run out of things to say. So
yeah. Well, right. And there's one here for conversation topics for date night.
Yeah.
Whether you're married or not or whatever. Yeah. It's good.
It's sort of fun.
I think it's fun.
All right. Are we done?
Oh, and there's one for siblings, for work, for strangers. Yeah.
Are we done?
That's it.
Okay.
We're done.
All right. Well, that was fun. Thank you, Cathrine. Yeah. We always like to close our podcast with some spiritual inspiration. And so today we thought, since we were doing this about connection with each other, our ultimate connection goal as humans is to connect with God. We're created for connection. We were made in his image, and the design of our being is to be connected to God.
Yes.
And of course that got messed up with sin. Sin came into the picture and divided us. And so then we're separated from God. And the gospel message is that Jesus came along to reconnect us to God. And
yes,
that's the message. And that's the message of Christmas that we're about to celebrate here. I know we're recording this in December 2023. You might be listening to it anytime. But the message today then is or the call to action today from this episode is to step forward in your connection with God. Seek God. And the way to do that is really just to stop running. Just stop. Stop running away from him. Stop ignoring him. Stop pushing him into a corner. Stop refusing to acknowledge him. Oh my gosh,
is it the goosebumps?
Well, no, it's not the goosebumps, but I'm thinking about what it feels like when you're rejected, and that's what we do oftentimes when we push God into the corner and we say, I'm going to get to you later, or I've got this other more important thing to do right now. We're not seeking him. And our message today is to connect with God by seeking him.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you seek him? You go to his word.
Yeah. Go to his word. First, you have to stop running.
Be still.
Yeah. And pray and go into the word and just read the Bible. Just, seek him. You'll find him. So here's a scripture. Jeremiah 29, verse 13. It says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So let your desire be to seek him and to find him, and he will reveal himself to you in ways that will amaze you.
Yeah, that's what happened with me. Yeah. I wanted to know him, and before I knew it, I was having an intimate relationship. It's amazing.
It is. Yeah. And it's there for all of us. We're not anything special. We're not any more special than anybody else.
Definitely not.
And if he could show himself to us, he can show himself to anybody.
True that.
All right. So do it, friends.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraff.
I'm still Cathrine.
See you next time.
Goodbye.